Hi, friends. This is Jeff with Pie of Genius, and I want to give you a tool today that can really help your team evaluate the past year. We're in January of 2023. We just had 2022, and it's easy for us to just move on to the next thing and not really spend some time that would be really valuable evaluating the previous year and how our team did, the impact we made, and all those kind of things. So, what I'm going to give you today is a simple tool you can use with your team. There's a quadrant behind me. We're going to go through each of these things are, but I want you to be able to walk away with a discussion you can have with your team to really help you lock in what you accomplished, why last year was important, and also from that also learn maybe some shifts that you might need to make for the following year. So let's dive right in. So I have four things here that you're going to have to talk about. There's identity, potency, achievement, and connectedness. And I'm going to start actually with achievement. So this quadrant right here is just look back and ask yourself, what did we actually achieve? What did we accomplish, right? So for you, you can fill in here. It could have been, amount of money you made, the number of things you sold, or you made, X number of widgets. Whatever your field is that you do, just list off a list of here's all the things we achieved, the goals we hit, stuff like that. That's pretty basic. We often have those kind of conversations, but make a list of those so you can see them. That's achievement. So just kind of bullet points and just go ahead and fill some things in of what those might be. So the second thing is I'm going to jump over here to potency. Potency is really what was the impact, the actual impact that your business, your organization had because of these things that you achieved. So you can think of it as kind of like ripples in a pond, right? So you took some actions and they ripple out and they make an impact on your community, whatever it is you do. And like, what was the positive change that actually happened because of these things you achieved? There's a little deeper of a question. What people were helped because of what you did? Maybe there's some people that were out here. Maybe because of what you did, the impact was felt, and it did something. It moved people. So first is achievement, and then potency. And then another thing you can talk about is really the identity. And this comes down to really how you grew as a person. You started off one thing at the beginning of the year. You had some skills, some talents, habits. And by the end of the year, you actually expanded. You as a person, you as a team, you expanded, you grew, you learned something. And, now you see yourself as more of a creator, or now you see yourself as the identity you have is I'm more optimistic, or it could be, I don't know what it is for you, whatever it happens to be. But you look back and go, I've actually grown. I'm a different person. I'm a better person than what I was when I started. So that's identity, kind of the who. And then the last one is connectedness. And this has to do with belonging. We're humans, right? Some of us are more, social than others, but all of us have a sense of we want to belong. We want to be connected. And that's really what this is about, is there is some connectedness that happened in your team where your relationships grew. As you look back on things you encountered, maybe there was hard stuff you went through, but because of that, there's more connection. Maybe the connectedness was with your customers. And really get down nitty gritty, like what were the people's names that you actually made a connection with? Now, it could be a vendor you have, or a customer, or a client, that there's more connection. And what are those things that that really linked people together. So these are the 4 areas as you look back on last year, to talk about what did you achieve? What was the impact? What was the potency of what you did? It's kind of like, what was the positive effect of all of these things? Brainstorm that for a while. Then your identity. Who did you become? How did you grow? How did your team grow over the last year? And lastly, connectedness. That the belonging, the connections that you built over the last year with your team, with others, people you serve, and um, and really evaluate the year of like, this was a good year. And because this and this and this and this and each of these categories, and my invitation to you is have a great conversation with your team as you talk about these things and see what comes up, see what insights you have, see then what, as you reflect back on last year and you look forward to this year, what do you want to do more of? Maybe what you want to do less of. And let last year's insights really help you propel you forward as you move into 2023. Okay, that's what I have for you today. If you find this valuable, please share it. I'm Coach Jeff with Pie of Genius. Have a great week. Keep thriving, guys. Bye-bye.